What's up, everybody, and welcome back. We are here today for the CONCACAF results of my predictions. Uh, what a window! It was a pretty good window for some teams, pretty bad for others, and then it was definitely a CONCACAF window. Uh, I mean, it. I'm a USA fan, and going from winning to losing against Canada, back to winning last night. It's just, yeah, it's all over the place. But let's go ahead and get into it here. So first up, we have Jamaica versus Mexico, and I predicted that this game would be a 1-1 draw, and it kind of looked like that a little bit. I thought for sure it was going to be terrible after Damian Lowe for Jamaica got that red card in, I think it was like the 47th minute. It was in stoppage time of the 45. But man, they actually were leading for from the 50th minute on, and then all of a sudden Mexico puts in two of them in the last 10 minutes of the game, and so Mexico wins 2-1. I thought Jamaica was going to turn it around this window, but it didn't happen. So moving on to the next game, it is USA versus El Salvador. I really thought that the U.S. would win this very easily with a 2-0 win, but unfortunately, and like people could say the weather, I hated that the weather. I don't know, you guys, if you watched anything with news, press conferences, all it was all about was the freaking weather, and it kind of made me mad. Like it was annoying. Like, yeah, it's cold, and it was all leading up to this El Salvador game when in all reality, the coldest game was, USA against Honduras last night. But back to this game, very sluggish for the U.S. El Salvador held their own, but we got lucky with a deflection, and Anthony Robinson in the 52nd minute puts one in to have us win 1-0 over El Salvador. So moving on to the next game, it was Honduras against Canada. I thought Honduras, even because they're pretty much eliminated. They are eliminated, not pretty much. They are eliminated from Qatar. So I thought that they were just going to go out and try to play, hard, but I don't know, try to get some kind of upset in this, just because they're more relaxed. There wasn't any like pressure. So I really thought this game against Canada, it was going to be a 1-1 draw. I really felt like it was going to be, but boy, I was wrong. There was an own goal within the first 10 minutes of the game, and then Jonathan David put in a second one in the 73rd minute to have Canada win 2-0. Canada is just a different breed right now. Canada, to me, is the best team in CONCACAF right now. Their coach, their manager, he's doing a phenomenal job with getting the players to actually play together instead of individually. And I really like that. I wish that the U.S. could do that. We have so many good individual talents, and I don't think Berhalter is using them in the correct way to make them a team. So now we have Costa Rica against Panama. I did pick Costa Rica to win this game, and my prediction was 2-1. It was a close one, but Brian Ruiz put in a goal in the 65th minute to have Costa Rica actually win this game 1-0. I don't know why I put 2-1 there. That is incorrect. But yes, Brian Ruiz puts in a goal and wins it for Costa Rica 1-0. So moving on to the big game. Obviously, I am a USA fan. I really wanted USA to win this game. But I had a feeling Canada's just really good right now. They're in very great form. I thought maybe my prediction would be a little bit wrong, and I thought that it was going to ended up being a draw once Alphonso Davies was not going to be in camp and be playing this window. But you can't that's the thing. You can't, we talk about these individual players, like I was saying, and you can't base off just missing one player. They played very well without him. I really did think that the U.S. would put in a goal during this game, but they did not. So I thought it was going to be 2-1. It ended up being 2-0. Goal is by Laren, and then I do not know how to say the other gentleman's name, but he scored in the 95th minute, which was pretty much a goal because U.S. just threw everybody up to try to get that draw. Now, moving on to the next game was Mexico against Costa Rica. I thought that game was going to be a blowout. I thought that Mexico was going to... I thought Mexico was going to get it together this window, and it actually ended up being a draw at 0-0 at Estados Azteca. Very surprising. It was very surprising that they only tied Costa Rica. I know that Costa Rica is right there, close to, I think, fifth. They're either fourth or fifth in the table, and I did not expect that outcome for Mexico and Costa Rica to be a 0-0 draw. And then we've got the next game. We have Panama and Jamaica. I thought this one was going to be a low-scoring game. I thought it was going to be 1-1. But actually, it was kind of a goal fest. You had Antonio scored PK in the first 5 minutes of the game to put Jamaica up. And then there was a missed penalty by Panama. And then, just Panama decided to take over and score a couple. Well, they scored all three of theirs, and then Jamaica scored a late goal in the 87th minute to make it 3-2. And so I got that one wrong also, with Panama winning that game. Very surprised that there was that many goals. But again, this is CONCACAF. So really anything could happen in these windows. Next up, we have, Honduras and El Salvador. I did pick this game to be a 1-1 draw. I thought that games were going to be really close this window. And they sort of were. I think only one game was, one or two, three games were, a 2-goal plus lead. Not two or three. I mean, there was a good bit, but they were pretty close in general. Let's just say that. I did not get this one right. El Salvador came into Honduras and won 2-0, with goals in the 35th and 92nd minute. So I'm guessing that 92nd minute goal was just a go-ahead goal because Honduras was probably trying to tie at that point, just pushing everybody forward. So we move into the last match day, which was yesterday. The first game, we had Jamaica against Costa Rica. Again, I really thought that Jamaica would get it together this window, especially with having two games at home. But I was wrong. In this game, I picked Jamaica to win 1-0 against Costa Rica, and it actually was the other way around. Costa Rica winning 1-0 with a goal by Joel Campbell in the 62nd minute. I did not get to watch highlights from this game. One of the highlights for one of the games for Jamaica I watched, the commentator was horrible. And he actually did two of the games. I think he also did the second game. I don't know if he did this game last night for Jamaica. But man, I had to mute it just from the freaking highlights because he was that bad. When they score a goal, the whole thing where they say goal, they stop, and goal again. Like, there's only one guy that can do that, and it's not this guy. Not at all. So, anyways, besides the fact, we'll move on here. We have the USA against Honduras. I did pick this one correctly. It was a 3-0 to win for the U.S. The U.S. actually played pretty well in this game. I was very surprised with De La Torre. He played very good. And also, people can knock Kellen Acosta all they want, but Kellen also played a good game. He did a very good job delivering from set pieces last night, and he played an all-around good game. And then on top of that, I will say it right now, Weston McKinney is the best player for the United States right now. He's just all-around good. He was all over the field. All 3 games, he had a good game. All 3 games. Like, he's on another level, just like they're saying he is in the best form of his life. I hope he keeps it up. I hope he continues to do well with Juventus, and I can't wait for the next window. I'm all about the international games more than I am club. I'm very excited for the World Cup. I cannot wait for that either. But so in this game, it was a 3-0 win for the U.S. with goals from Weston McKinney, Zimmerman. Christian Pulisic comes on in the 65th minute, and then in the 67th minute, he scores a goal. The ball landed right at his feet, and he just had to give it a nice little kick in. So yeah, 3-0 win for the U.S. The next game is El Salvador against Canada. I guess this game to be a 2-1 win for Canada. I got Canada's goals right, but not El Salvador. Canada shut out El Salvador, and yeah, I'm very surprised that Canada put up 2 goals every game. They went through this window with shutouts, nothing but shutouts. So kudos to them. I'm excited that there's more than just Mexico and U.S. Like, that's what we've heard for years. It's just those 2 teams. And here, like, Canada comes out of nowhere. Not really out of nowhere, but here they are, and they're sitting above both of them. So I'm excited for it. I like when everything is close. But obviously, I still want the U.S. to win any and all of the games. So we come to the last game of the window, Mexico versus Panama. I predicted this game to be a 2-0 win for Mexico, but it really just was a 1-0 win with a goal from Jimenez in the 80th minute on a PK. So Panama almost drew with them, and that would have been huge for the U.S. Huge. To get that, to keep that second spot, because this next window is going to be a tough window for the U.S. and so yeah. But with that being said, let's move on. So the top is my predictions of what I thought the points would be at the end of this window, and at the bottom is actually what the actual points were. So pretty good, not bad. I thought that Canada would lose one or tie one. I can't remember. Well, tie 2 of them, and here they won all 3. So they're sitting at 25 points, and then I got the U.S. and Mexico right with 21 points, and then I was wrong about Panama, and they are sitting at 17 points. So this race is still pretty much wide open. If Panama can sneak in a couple wins next window, because I think they play against Honduras. They play against Honduras. They do play against the U.S. and then they also have Canada. So it's a hard window for them. So they really need to get that W against Honduras. And then if they can tie, both Panama and Canada or steal one of those games, that would, that might be a good thing for them. And then the U.S. has Mexico, and they're playing in Mexico. So, whoever wins that game pretty much will be second place, at least, for the table. And then Mexico has Honduras, and then U.S. has Panama for the second match day of the next window. And then the U.S. has Costa Rica in the last match day of the window, and Mexico has El Salvador. So I think that Mexico has the easier window, even though they do have to take on the U.S. but El Salvador and Honduras, they're both, eliminated. So I believe that I got a feeling that the U.S. is going to end up being in third. Hopefully not fourth. That would be very devastating to have to go and play in the playoff. But I think that it will probably end up being Canada, Mexico, U.S. at the end of this. So that's all for the video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'm going to continue to do this all the way up through the World Cup. I'm going to also predict the World Cup. So yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.